So if you are here today, it's because you probably got a link to one of our demos or a link to this same page. And that means that you want to learn more about how your clients will be able to collaborate with you while you are able to work with your team, keep track of your hours, and keep everything organized in one place, and while being able to track what's happening with each client or each project. So in here, in this case, we are going through a workflow that was sent to a client by a coach, and as you see here, I will see the logo of of your company, your name, a little bit of information about you, and then I will get a link to a direct agenda that is a real-time agenda that gives me access to all the sessions, all the meetings, all the training sessions that I need to go through with you. This space, by the way, is collaborative. So as you see here, the client gets this agenda and they can visualize how they are gonna reach a goal. They have here a roadmap. What are the steps they are gonna be taking to get there? When they access to this agenda, they can filter what's happening, what needs to be done today. For example, today, this is something that I need to get done today. They will be able to know that, and they also will have access to everything that was completed. So they will have access to that as well, and will be able to access these sessions whenever they are available. So as you see right now, the only session active at this point is this one. If I click here, this one is the only one that is open, so I can go inside and access it. Let's say you are coaching a team, it's not just one single person, and you want to share a space that is collaborative. So what you can imagine is going to happen here is that they will see other people's cursors around here, and they will be able to collaborate, join the video call, and have a conversation. In this case, is mostly individual coaching, so this person will work by himself and will watch the video and will move forward from there. While this is happening, you will have access to everything what's happening with the client, and you will be able to track progress as they move forward as well. So they will complete this session, and as they complete this session, you immediately be able to see what's happening. So going back to the agenda, when they complete this session, automatically they will move to the next session, and in here, as you can see, it tells me that I need to wait, and I can choose to enter and see what is inside. So I know that we have a meeting. It gives me here a small description about what's gonna happen during that meeting, and I have a link to a call, and pretty much that's it. I don't have access to anything else for now. So to give you an idea of like what you will see is we're gonna go to projects, and now what you are gonna see is that you have here their workflows. This is the workflow. Let's say this will be coaching for Maria, that is the client, and you have the sessions here. You put the dates here. You also have the view as a whiteboard. This means that this space is for you to work with your team and decide what is best for your client. So you can add notes in here, you can add images in here. Your client is never gonna have access to this, so this is a space for you that is internal. It's like the back office. where you can discuss ideas with your team and you can get things ready for your client. So this is your personal space in a way. So you can use this space or you can use the list view. It doesn't really matter. What is important is, as things move forward, you have direct access to know what the client is completing. If you have a team, you are coaching or working with a team of 20 people, you will be able to see their names and what is being done by each person in here. Everything is real time, and when things get completed, you just mark them as done. Automatically a session starts when another finishes. As you see in here is a little bit more visual, so you see that when this session finishes, the next one will start, and so on. So you don't need to worry about sending reminders or letting people know what they need to be doing. As I told you before, they will have their own agenda. And then if you remember, the second session only had the video call and the goals and instructions. As you see, as a team member, I can change all of this. So I can edit this instantly, and the client will see the final view instantly as well. So you can adapt all in whatever way you want. But an interesting thing about Nova is that when you have steps, you can decide if the client is gonna see this step or not. So as you see here in this session, the client could only see my notes in here and the link to the video call, but they didn't have access to anything else. They were not able to see, for example, this step. And that's something interesting about Nova, is that you can choose what clients can see and what your team members can see. You can even have training steps if you are like constantly hiring new people and all of that. So if I go to edit the steps, you go here and change that, so it's only accessible to you. And why that can be very, very helpful is that in this case, for example, if I'm having a meeting with this client and I don't want them to worry about anything else, just talking to me, I can keep my notes here, and those notes will be private, but they have this session as part of their workflow, so they know when that's happening, and everything is organized and is part of that roadmap to success, while I am keeping my internal notes. And I automatically, when I add all my notes here, let's say I add conclusion from this meeting and my next steps, when I save it, I can highlight it, and automatically this will go to the project reports or client report. As I'm working with each client, something that a lot of you find interesting is that you can manage your time and track your time as you move forward. So if you are working with this client and you charge by hour, you will keep track of that time. Your team members can do the same, and by the end of the week or the end of the month, you will go to time tracking and have access to all of that here, and be able to go to report and see how many hours you work for each client by searching the client here. So the difference between your personal space, that is like the back office where you work with your team, where you decide what to do with the client, is that it's completely private. You have a lot of options to really determine what kind of spaces your team needs, and also you have from, like, let's say I have a session in which it's more collaborative, and I need a whiteboard. You have whiteboards, you have different spaces to adapt to each phase of achievement, whatever you are trying to achieve. The only thing that I would say right now is that as you automate things, or whether you don't want to automate anything because you want to adapt and create a process for each client as you move forward, that's completely fine. Nova can be used in a way that is very simplistic. You can adapt to each client as you move forward, but you can also automate things. So one of the things that is interesting is that I can save this workflow. Let's say this is my coaching plan, and I save it. And now automatically, when I get a new client, if I go here, I use this coaching plan, and then I say Ricardo is my client, and I automatically have everything ready to go for this client. I just need to start, select the date, and invite them by sharing this link, and magic will happen. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon.